Coming up on AbiliTV, the Australian region embracing accessibility in a very big way.
It's about improving accessibility and inclusion for people with a disability.
We take you inside the Focus on Ability Short Film Festival with highlights from this year's incredible awards night.
We meet First Nations artist Jungaji, whose music and storytelling have inspired audiences across the country.
Plus, we're joined in studio by TV presenter turned Sunshine Coast Mayor Rosanna Natoli.
Thank you, so lovely to be here. Welcome to AbiliTV.
Welcome to AbiliTV. I'm Fran.
And I'm Brandon. And on this episode, we are joined at the desk by a very special guest. Please make some noise for Sunshine Coast Mayor Rosanna Natoli.
Hello, lovely to be here with you. I'm really looking forward to this episode and watching all of this work, so thank you for having me. Great to be here.
We're really excited to have you here. Because before you became Mayor of the Sunshine Coast, you spent quite a bit of time as a television journalist and presenter.
I sure did. So nearly 30 years. So this is a really comfortable space for me. Love being here.
We might get some TV presenting tips from you, but in the break, of course.
Of course.
But of course, the main reason we wanted to invite you on the show was to talk about something called the All Abilities Action Plan. Is that correct?
That's right. So the Sunshine Coast Council has developed this All Abilities Action Plan, and it sets forward how we are going to make sure that by 2028 we are a place where people of all abilities can live, work, learn, play and visit. And so that is something we're really excited about. And to see what it looks like in practice, we're going to hear directly from two people who helped shape the plan and that are seeing the difference it makes in their daily lives. So let's take a look.
The Sunshine Coast All Abilities Action Plan is about improving accessibility and inclusion for people with a disability.
Leveraging the lived experience of the residents of the Sunshine Coast to identify some of those action plans or those action items.
Finn and Dane, along with a number of other community members, brought their lived experience to the table, and that made a huge difference.
I only joined because a mate asked me, and then he didn't even show up. But it turned out to be the best forgotten invitation of my life.
Access to beaches, access to transport, access to community in general. It's really important that all of those things are captured in the action plan.
Accessibility opens the door. Without it, places like Mary Can Cross simply wouldn't be possible for me or many others. I bring a unique perspective as the youngest person in the plan and the only non-verbal member. I've shared my lived experience, like showing how the all-terrain wheelchair makes Mary Can Cross possible. I've also brought ideas through, like the functional market day. These experiences helped make sure the plan reflects real life, not just theory. It set me on this advocacy path, and I am so grateful. The Council's commitment is amazing, and I hope to keep working with them to push the plan forward. My message is simple. Inclusion matters. Everyone should feel welcome, valued, and able to take part.
The action plan has been guided by people with lived experience of disability. So you get that first-hand insight as to some of the barriers and the needs of the community. It's the connecting piece that brings people out of their homes and into the public space. And it's elements like the accessible beach walk that does that for people. I don't go to a destination just to sit in my hotel room. What people with disability like to do when they go on holidays is to experience the best of that region. What better way than getting out there and paddling on the beautiful river. It just gives you that connection to the beach, to the environment and to nature, and that's the role that council plays.
So by 2028, we want the Sunshine Coast to be a place where everyone, regardless of their ability, can live, work, play and visit equally.
And I think that if they can follow through with all the recommendations and actions within that plan, it'll make the Sunshine Coast a better place. The way that we were consulted, we had workshops, we had surveys, we were able to provide feedback. We really felt like we had the ability to influence the whole plan for the whole time.
So it's really about our commitment to making real positive change in our community.
A future where lived experience is included right from the start. That's the future I want. Accessibility done right the first time.
So, we heard from Finn and Dane about what accessibility means for them. From your view, what does it take for local government to make sure those voices don't just influence a document, but lead to sustained change?
Well, you're right. It's no good if it's just a plan that's paper and doesn't turn into real, actual work out in our community. So that's what's really important for our local government. So we have a lot of different steps in place to make sure that we take those voices that people in our reference group with lived experience co-created the plan, and now all of those steps to put it into reality. Because that's what makes this different. That's what I guess means that as a community and as a region, we can really embrace this and be accessible for all. And that's really important, that everyone, no matter what ability, has the same access and the same equity across our community.
And how do you see the action plan helping to shift not just infrastructure and built environments, but attitudes and awareness in the community so that the inclusion becomes the norm?
Yeah, absolutely, because obviously we know that there's the physical environment, those buildings and access, and we've got mobility maps so that people can see exactly which areas have those accessibility factors already in place. And we have another app called Surge where you can check all of that. That's really important. But raising awareness in our community is something else that we really take as important. So even doing things like this, I guess, you know, where we're talking, where we're continuing to raise that awareness and make sure that all of the voices in our community are amplified, are shared, and that we talk about it a lot, and that we make sure that it is part of who we are as a community. That's what's really important as well.
What lessons from the development of this plan do you believe could serve as a model for other regions across Australia?
That's a great question, because we want all of this right to be able to be used in other communities so that we can really spread this accessibility across the country. How great would that be? And what's important as well for us is, I'm wearing the badge, right? The 7 years to go until the Olympic and Paralympic Games are held right here in our region of Southeast Queensland. And we know it's Brisbane 2032, and as well that the Sunshine Coast is a co-host city. So it's really important that when people are coming here from all over the world, and when the eyes of the world are on us, that we know that we are accessible for everyone, that wherever you are from and whatever you have in terms of abilities or needs, we will have you covered. That this is going to be enacted by 2028, so we are well and truly ready by 2032.
It is a great plan, and I know we'd all love to see other regions follow your lead.
Still to come on AbiliTV, we meet First Nations artist Jungaji, whose music and storytelling have inspired audiences across the country.
But up next, we walk the red carpet at the Focus on Ability Short Film Festival Awards night. This is AbiliTV.
You are watching AbiliTV, Australia's only show made by people with disability for people with disability. New episodes drop every Monday night. Make sure you subscribe and spread the word.
And if you haven't already, follow us on socials. You'll find us on YouTube, Facebook, Insta, and TikTok. Scan the QR code on your screen and join the AbiliTV community.
Now, one of the highlights on the Disability Arts calendar has just wrapped up for another year. The Focus on Ability Short Film Festival. It's a celebration of creativity, storytelling and inclusion, and it brings together filmmakers from across Australia and around the world.
Welcome to the Focus on Ability International Short Film Festival Awards for 2025.
It's an awards event like no other, and who better to kick it off than MC Wheels?
Oh, there you go, yeah, nicely done. The new school is here because I'm the one to break
But
through.
Focus on Ability isn't just a festival, it's a movement, and its creator, Martin Wren, knows exactly why stories like these matter.
We wanted to challenge the way the world sees disability. We need to take a step back and get some time that enables us all to look about how we treat people with disability and how we feel about their movement into the world of work. We do that through film.
And for Ambassador Paula Duncan, the heart of this event has never changed.
You're not making films, you're making history. You're showing future generations the careers in the film and television industry can exist.
From first-time filmmakers to industry legends, the room is full of people who believe in the power of lived experience.
This man is one of the greatest actors I've ever worked with. Not one of the greatest Down syndrome actors I've ever worked with. One of the greatest actors I've ever worked with. And I've worked with some bloody good actors, right?
Just on behalf of James and I, we just want to say that we've had the greatest afternoon. The films have been amazing, and I feel really honoured to have been allowed to share a moment in your lives.
How wow is this? Seriously, how wow?
The films honoured this year are raw, fearless and deeply human.
Hi, I'm Peter. In 2020, my perfectly normal life was turned upside down when I was diagnosed with motor neuron disease. Faced with this diagnosis, I chose to embrace the path of positivity and happiness and never look back.
For every filmmaker on this stage, these stories don't just entertain, they open doors, shift perspectives and change lives.
I feel very grateful to be able to win an award like this.
This whole experience has been life-changing and amazing, and something I never thought would ever happen.
And to bring it all home, an electrifying finale from the Rogue Traders.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, everybody. Today it's so beautiful to have been here. Have a beautiful night.
So much talent on display. Every year, this festival gets bigger and more inspiring.
It really does. It shines a light on stories that otherwise might not be seen, and it proves that creativity has no limits.
And congratulations to everyone who took part, whether it's the filmmakers, the actors, the families, crews, and communities who supported them.
Coming up, we meet an extraordinary artist who blends music and storytelling in a way you've never seen before. And we have a special performance. Stay with us. This is AbiliTV.
Welcome back to AbiliTV. We were joined by guest host, Sunshine Coast Mayor Rosanna Natoli.
Hello, so good to be with you. I'm really enjoying it. Thanks for having me.
And we are thrilled to have you here.
Thank you.
Our next story is about an artist who is not only a powerhouse performer, but also a storyteller and cultural leader.
Jungaji is a First Nations songman, visual artist and activist. His work draws on his Aboriginal heritage, weaving traditional language and stories into contemporary music and performance. He's toured internationally, collaborated with some of the country's top musicians, and continues to use art to inspire and connect.
It's important now for us as creators to create interculturalism. And I like the analogy, the metaphor, it's like a song. Multicultural is to share your song. Cross-cultural is learning each other's songs. And intercultural is how do we create a song as one and letting that song be a representation of this nation to where we live and celebrating that. I'm a Jungaji government man from here, living here in Jungaji in Brisbane. My father come home one afternoon, he said, let's go in the room, we got Met West training for rugby league up Ipswich. Went in the room, there was a black electric guitar, an amplifier and a microphone. My father, he could see that this fellow can sing, but he's very shy. We call it shame, the shame factor. And it's prevalent within our community. That's what kind of limits possibilities within our communities. So if you want to talk about, mental, spiritual, emotional hits, I can talk. Lupus is quite prevalent within Indigenous peoples around the world. The immune system is always battling itself. It's like fighting Mike Tyson. You don't know when the big knockout is coming, So I've had 2 strokes over the years, 2 heart attacks. Open heart surgery, 2020. It gives you perspective, but I also call it to be humbled. I was humbled. About a month after I was discharged, I lost my auntie in the Brisbane Watch House. So yeah, Dajra, I'm proud to be a board member. We represent peoples who are affected by blackness in custody. Ensuring that we're keeping the system accountable, in terms of how they deal with Aboriginal peoples. The Betting on Black album was born, the title was born in hospital. It was a culmination of everything that I've been through over the last 32 years. And when I'm singing these songs live, you can see that it connects and the penny drops with people. Yeah, it's important that we continue to share these stories, particularly from First Nations, by my Aboriginal person's perspective, to engage these audiences where they are nescient, they haven't had conversations. Not about black fellas. It's about spiritual excellence. All of my testimony, all the fellowship that I share is the teachings of an exchange between myself and an old Jungaji man when I was 14. He started rattling off this old language. I was like, damn. My dream time was there within the language that he was speaking, and it was like Jadamali, like, thunder and lightning. Making this tea, and he made it for me. And in terms of that spiritual excellence that I was talking about, he personified that to me. And the teaching that he's passed to me is just like, well, how do I represent those ideologies and views to make it understandable for those that have necessarily had an exchange of conversation with a black fellow, but also within our own communities. It's about you betting on the person in the mirror. So in terms of being a visual artist and a playwright, these things they were kind of flow-ons. Song lines. So it's for songwriters to delve into that theatrical world. And that started, I think it was 2014-15. And the visual art, that was just organic. I looked at my Uncle Kwanji up there in Kuranda, just started picking up a paintbrush and stuff. I'm like, oh, maybe, utilise this as a tool to express further. 3 exhibitions over the last couple of years. I'm leaving it all. I'm leaving it all for those that come up to me. What the landscape looks like for 2026 is quite exciting. I've been working on a collaborative album of deadly artists from around Australia and abroad. The album's titled The Tea of Life. Woodford Folk Festival. Good to get back there 20 years later, wearing the creative hat of where I stand now celebrating. It's quite special.
What an incredible story.
And we're lucky enough to have him perform for us.
Filmed live at the Undercover Artist Festival's Wonder Sounds concert, please welcome Jungaji.
I was born when I was lost. Broken mind and broken soul. Pray for rain to wash my sins. Angels long gone, the surgeon, he cuts my skin. Yes, he did. I'm on live good. I'm on live for good. I said I'm in it for the last dance. Betting on black, I'm not going back. They're gonna give it, gonna give it up. No, I won't, 'cause I'm a I said I'm gonna live for love. Gambling man on life, I played. I tasted love, I tasted pain. Testimony, I've got truth, yes I do. Now it's time to heal, I'm overdue. I'm all in good. I'm all in good. I said I'm in it for the last dance. Betting on black, I'm not going back. They're gonna give it, gonna give it up. No, I won't, 'cause I'm in it for the last dance. Betting on black, not going back. They're gonna give it, gonna give it up. No, I won't, 'cause I'm on. Come on, come on. I'm a man with the truth, got nothing to lose. I am here. Let the drinking and the gambling are betting on me, betting on betting on you. Oh yeah. Whew. I'd like to take time to introduce these solid people up here this evening for you guys. Starting on my right. All the way from the GC. He goes by the name of Mr. Aaron West. We call him Westy. Make some noise. Give us a guitar. Come on, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's enough, brother. Come on. I'm putting this guitar away. Mr. Aaron West, wow. My sister girl, also from Coombe country on the Gold Coast. Please make some noise for her. Miss MJ. Miss Mandy, we call her MJ. Make some noise. Oh, okay. Short and sweet there. Wow. And the heartbeat and sounds of these songs that we are delivering to you this evening for your pleasure. Let me introduce to you Mr. I'll wait before I get to that. He's 16 years of age, brothers and sisters, your way. And he goes by the name of Monty Fair Guy. Make some noise! Jungaji. As I said, I'm a Kukayalanji man. I've been raised out there in Anala. I've got historical ties. Sherbrooke War, I've been to Palm Island. And very proud and honoured to be sharing this ceremony with you this evening. So give yourselves a big round of applause. Get those hands clapping. Oh, nice and softly, nice and softly. I'm a man with the truth. I got nothing. I am he. Yeah, go. Let the dream and the gambling. I'm betting on me. I'm betting on I'm betting on you. I'm betting on us. I'm betting on faith. I'm betting on trust. I'm betting on hope. I'm betting on love. I'm betting on truth. I'm betting on truth. I'm betting on love. Betting on
That was just beautiful. Such a powerful performance.
Absolutely. A huge thank you to Jungaji for sharing both his story and his music with us.
Well, that wraps up another big episode of AbiliTV. But do not worry, we will be back next Monday with even more stories, including a preview from the film Changing Track.
And we head to Melbourne where we meet a disability advocate who is not afraid to make some noise.
And before we go, please thank our guest hosts, Sunshine Coast Mayor Rosanna Natoli.
Oh, thank you. It has just been so great to be with you, and thanks for having me. I'm so proud to be able to share the Sunshine Coast story with you and with your audience, so thanks again.
And don't forget, if you have a story to share, reach out to us.
Spread the word and inspire someone today.
And remember, we all have the ability to inspire and make a difference.
See you next time.
AbiliTV is produced by Trending Media Australia in partnership with Rope. Rope is a disability service organisation providing opportunities to people living with intellectual disabilities to learn media skills by participating in the creation of AbiliTV, including hosting and the show's production. If you'd like to be involved or become a sponsor of AbiliTV, we'd love to hear from you. Just go to abilitv.com.au.